We'll start from where we left in the previous video. So we studied insert tab in the previous video. Now we would continue with the design tab. Design tab is short and very easy to understand. In design tab, we usually have like document formatting options that we would apply to the whole document. We can see that there are themes, there are document formatting styles, there are colors, fonts, paragraph spacing options, watermarks, page color, and page borders. So let me just copy a random text so it would be easy to understand. This is a random text I copied from internet. First of all, let's study themes. You can change theme of any document by going into the themes option. There are many themes like retrospect, batch, celestial. If exam asks you to change the theme of the document into frame or into integral, so there is integral and there is frame, so you would change it from here. Your whole If you see, your whole styling options changed by changing the theme. Like if I select I'm, it changed. So if I click that black and white word, first you will have to select your text, then from here you can drop down and you can have a better view of which style set you're gonna apply. If you are gonna apply, for example, let me see, centered. You click that. Now center styling option is applied. If you want to change colors of any theme, you can change from here, like yellowish. And there are fonts. You can change fonts from here too, like select the text, and I wanna to go for, probably I should go for Century Gothic font. The fonts are changed for the document. So next I'll go for paragraph spacing. Like if you want to space your paragraph as tight, open, relaxed, or double, you can go from here and you can apply the text. Now I guess Now you can apply a watermark to your document. Before teaching watermark, I'll go to the themes, and you can save your current theme. Like I made some changes, I changed color, I've changed font, I changed paragraph options, and you can save your current theme from here. Now we would apply watermark. There are different watermarks available as a sample. They are confidential too. And if you want to make your watermark like custom, you can go to custom watermark. There are two watermark options in that. So there is a picture watermark and a text watermark. If you want to add a picture as a watermark, like your picture or anything like organization picture, as like we see in official documents, so you can select a picture and you can apply the picture as a watermark. There is scaling options for how large or small you want the picture, and there's a washout option. Washout is like a faded option. If you uncheck washout and apply any watermark, it would be like throwing solid colors at you. There is text, and you can change the language. Obviously, then what you have to, like I'll add MS Word. I want that as my watermark, and you can change font. I'll go for Montserrat font, extra bold. I'll keep the size as auto. Auto will adjust your watermark according to the size of your page. So I want my watermark to be semi-transparent, so the text above the watermark would be visible as well as the watermark. The color of the watermark, I want it to be the gray, that is the default, and I want it to be diagonal, not horizontal. So you can check by applying the watermark before completely, and close it from there. So there's the watermark. as I have pasted some text, so the watermark is hidden behind the text. I guess I have to change its, select the whole, go to home and clear formatting. Now you can see. Previously, did you see that when I was changing designs, the document wasn't changing actually? So now you can see if I click any style, you can see that it is changing. Sometimes it happens in Word that it copies the original formatting from the place where we have copied. You can change it from here. Now it changes. Like if I want this, as I am hovering over different style, you can see it changing behind. Now our watermark is also visible. If you want to change your page color, you can do that too. Like some notes we study have these coloring options. You can add page borders. There are different styles for page borders. There's a box border, there's a shadow, there's a 3D, and there's a custom. The question in exam would specifically ask you to either apply a box or the shadow border. I'll go for box and I'll apply the style, and I want color as red accent 5, darker 25, and the width would be 1.5 width. And you can add art options too in the border, but I won't go for it. You can explore it by yourself. And I want to apply the border to the whole document, not just a section. Okay, so here's your border. So that is it for our design tab. I go next onto the layout tab in this video. So in layout, there are different options. Like in layout, basically you deal with how your document actually is presented. So we'll go for margins. You can select narrow margins. Your document, you can see that your document text stretched out to the borders. So I can apply moderate. I can apply wide. Also, you can select your custom margins too. If the exam asks you to add custom margin from top, bottom, left, right, you can add it from here. I'd apply 1 centimeter everywhere. So this is it. Now you can change the orientation of your document is landscape. I'll change it to the landscape and portrait. You can change size of your documents to there is letter, there is legal, there is A5, and there are many other sizes available in MS Word. So if you want your text into be like, if we most of us would have seen newspaper. In newspaper, you see that the text is divided into columns. You read it there, it is divided into columns, sometimes 3 or more. It is basically done for aiding the readability of the text, because if you read this much long line, you might skip this line and go reading this one, and read the third line and skip the fourth and continue from fifth. So it is done for that. I'll select my text and I'll go to columns. I'll put 2 columns. Now my text is divided into 2 columns. I can increase the columns to, there is 3 columns now. So I'll undo that. Now, when we were studying page borders, let me go back to that to give a quick refresh. So there was section part 2. So these sections are like uh, mm, for example, this second paragraph, I want to put it into another section. Like, if I can explain you in simple words, that would be like, in a university, there are different departments in administration level. They're like admission department, HR department, and so on. So they are like, admission department is like a whole document, and the sectors in it like uh, admission and HR and many others. So I can add breaks into document. The page break is simple page break that takes your text to another page, and if you press enter many times or write anything, it doesn't goes down. So let me delete that. And there are many other breaks. There is a column break. Like, let me insert columns first. Columns, two columns, and I want uh, from here lorem ipsum to start from another column. So I'll put a break here, column break. Now the lorem ipsum is shifted into another column. There is a text wrapping break too, like if in previous videos I taught you text wrapping, that if a picture is placed, the text is wrapped around the picture and you want to break, that is not usually assessed, but it is good to know. So there are section breaks. There are like odd even page break, there is next page break, and there is a continuous break. So I want this to be in another section. I'll add a break, next page, section break. So yeah, now see, I want this page to be portrait. So I'll put my cursor anywhere in this page and I'll go to orientation, I'll put it portrait, and I'll change the margins too. I'll go for narrow margins. Let's go for moderate. So now my document is portrait, right? And with moderate margins. But is that same for that other paragraph too? Let's see to find out. So no. So basically what Word did is that it placed the above paragraph and the bottom paragraph into two different sections. So if you change any styling or document styling or anything, font size, etc., uh, in this section, it won't change in the next section. Now there are line numbers. You can change line numbers from here to, and there is hyphenation. Hyphenation is basically, let me see. Go to home, justify it. Yes, justify. Now you see that there is a hyphen here. That's called hyphen. I'll select the document and go to layout. Hyphenation is automatic. It, it inserted an hyphenation from here to sections, and manual, and there are more further hyphenation options. Like you can change hyphenation too. So it didn't hyphenate it there. So yeah, there was originally an hyphen there, so it didn't change there. If it wasn't there, like it with the case with sections, redo it. So it changed it back. So that's helpful. You can change indent of your document, that how much how much space would be left and your text would be written. So that's called left indent. If I increase the indent, it will shift towards right more. If I increase the left indent, it will shift towards left side. Now you can change spacing options too between paragraphs, and this is after, like after paragraph, how much space would be there. So that is it for layout tab. If you have any questions, you can comment out or reach me at my team's email. So see you in the next video.